was the way I talked. Because I talked to him, he felt like in a belittling way. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Ashley J's. I am Ashley J. I'm so happy that you're here with me to have a chat, another chat. So our chat today, the topic of our chat today is about making the sacrifice. Before we get started, make sure you like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know the next time a video is dropping. Okay, so let's go ahead into it. I never really considered a sacrifice or considered the sacrifice that needs to be made when you get into a relationship that you desire. Getting the relationship you desire takes much more than saying yes to be exclusive. Okay. And when I say the relationship you desire, I'm talking about those relationships, that the relationship that you want that's going to turn into marriage eventually. Okay. So consider this. There are some things that we have to give up when it comes to getting into these fulfilling results, being marriage relationships, these purposed relationships. Okay. For me, the things that I had to give up, I had to make sacrifices. I had to sacrifice my narrow-mindedness. I always had this idea of what that relationship is going to be like, and had this idea of what it was going to look like and how my partner was going to be, this, that, and the third. But when I got down to the real person, my husband, when I got to him, I realized that thinking had to change, because everybody is not going to fit perfectly in my box. So I had to change that. I had to change my thinking. I had to sacrifice that narrow-minded thinking. I also had to sacrifice being single. Once you sacrifice being single, what I mean is being okay with the fact that you're hanging out with your friends may dwindle a little bit. You may not be able to hang out with your friends as much, because there's a new person in your life that is going to take up a lot of your attention. So you got to sacrifice some of the things, not all, some of the things that you did when you were single. And you got to be okay with that. Adjustments have to be made. So think about that. Are you willing to adjust your singleness to be in your purposed relationship? Also, some of the things that I had to sacrifice fear. So I was scared of doing grown-up things. And what I mean is I was afraid to show my credit score, because we had this moment where we were like, well, we're trying to build. So let's see where we both are, so that we can build. And I literally was sweating when it came to showing my husband, well, he was my boyfriend at the time, I think, showing him my credit score and everything that was involved on my credit, because I'm like, it's not the best. My credit is not the best. And I already knew that his was good, because he's been doing his thing for a long time. So I was like, man, I don't know if I could do this. But I had to, because that showed where we were. And the fear came in because I thought he was going to reject me, because my credit score wasn't up to par. But he didn't. He helped me to start building my credit. And I had to sacrifice, what else? Being self-centered. I had to sacrifice being self-centered, being selfish, because there was someone else in my life now that I had to consider prior to, I had to consider them prior to some of the things that I considered myself for first. So I had to be okay with him taking some priority in some parts of my life. And I had to sacrifice the thinking that, he was never, like, he didn't deserve that, because he did. He proved that he deserved it. He showed that he deserved it. And I had to sacrifice that. I had to sacrifice my stank attitude. I had an attitude problem. And he pointed it out to me, and I had to fix that. I had to sacrifice that. That attitude was actually a defense mechanism that I built. So I had to develop a nicer, sweeter attitude. One thing that we talked about a lot was the way I talked. Because I talked to him, he felt like in a belittling way. He felt like when I talked to him, he felt like I was talking to a child. And I was not aware of how I was talking to him. But he was the one person that I can remember to bring that up to me. And I had to fix it. So those were the things that I had to sacrifice. If you want to have your purpose partner, you are going to have to give up some stuff in order to get it. So think about this. This is something that you can do, because sometimes it's not always apparent what we have to do. So think about what others have said about you, what they've complained about you. Maybe that's something that you need to sacrifice. Like, maybe you are chronically late to everything. Well, you need to sacrifice that. You need to sacrifice that thinking that it's okay for me to be late because everybody's going to wait for me. It's okay for me to be late because I'm the center of attention. You have to sacrifice that. Maybe you have a bad attitude. That's something that you need to sacrifice if you want your purpose partner, because you can run them away if you don't. So maybe you need to sacrifice that. Maybe you need to sacrifice having multiple men that you're talking to. Or women, if there's a man watching. Maybe you need to sacrifice that. Sacrifice all of the distractions that are plaguing your attention and keeping your mind off of the person that you are trying to create relationship with, build a relationship with. Maybe that's what you need to sacrifice. Is it hard for you to receive criticism? That's something that you are going to have to sacrifice, because you will be criticized. And a lot of times it's not going to be to destroy you, but to help build you. There were things that my husband had to tell me about me that I didn't like. But after I thought about it, it was things to make me better. He wasn't trying to hurt me. So maybe that's what you need to sacrifice. Or maybe you aren't the cleanest person in the world. Maybe you need to work on getting clean, because it's going to be difficult to be with somebody who's your purpose partner and you're messy and they're clean. Maybe you need to sacrifice that. Whatever your disagreeable behavior is, you have to sacrifice it. Think about it. You have to just sit down and get real with yourself. Think about what some of those ex-boyfriends have told you. Think about what some of your friends, old friends, have told you. If there's a common theme, then maybe you need to go ahead and sacrifice that. Change it, work on it, get rid of it, so that you could be prepared for that purpose partner. That's something that you have to work on. That's something that we all have to work on. I still have stuff that I got to work on. And I've been married for 6 years. Been with my husband for 10. There's always stuff that you have to continue to work on and continue to grow in. So go ahead and get it together now before you get into that relationship. because that's going to make the ground a little smoother. It's going to make the foundation a little smoother once you get to that place. In order to get what you want, you have to give something. You have to. This is going to put you in the position to be ready for your purposed partner. So go ahead and get it done now. Do it. You can do this. Do it. It's not hard. It's just your mind is telling you it's hard, but it's not. You got to get rid of it. Let it go and get better. Grow. All right. So I want you to leave me a comment below. Okay. And let me know if you're ready to sacrifice so you can be ready for your purposed partner. What you going to sacrifice so you can get ready for your purposed partner? What you going to do? And if you would like to have a further discussion, head over to my website. It's ashleyj.com. Book a discovery call so we can have a conversation and I can help you to further figure out what sacrifices you need to make. Okay. Make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. Okay, y'all. Until we chat again. Bye.